How do you find the will to fight back against a world that wants to keep you sedated, average, and stuck in plates? Join us for the tools and strategies you need to create a life of abundance, discipline, and high achievement. This is the Tactical Empire with Jeff Smith.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Tactical Empire. And this is episode 2 of the Tactical Tip. As you'll recall, if you listened to the first Tactical Tip, what we covered was actual coaching and kind of the process that I walk through with my clients on establishing where we're going. And so if you want more on that particular exercise on establishing your vision and where you want to be going so that you can intentionally develop the lifestyle that you're looking for, listen to that episode 1 of the Tactical Tip. To piggyback off of that, so if you've done the work, you've established your vision, so now you know where you want to go and ideally where your life is leading you with regards to your family, your fitness, freedom, finances. Those are the 4 things we cover in the groups that I run. And because I think those are pillars of a well-rounded human being. And you don't need to be focused on one of those things. We want to kind of audit and check in on each of those areas of life to make sure that you're living intentionally in each of the areas and not sandbagging and cherry picking towards your strengths, right? Because ultimately at the end of the day, we're trying to leave a legacy. And what we don't want to do is lean on our strengths to say, oh, we know what we're doing at work, so we go ahead and spend all of our time at work and sacrifice other areas of our lives. Whether it's fitness or whether it's our family and our relationships, maybe we're not being the dad we want to be, maybe we're not being the husband we want to be, to the detriment of those relationships, right? And it's easy to make excuses. Everybody's done it. We've all fallen in that trap over time of kind of leaning on one area of life and neglecting other areas of life. I mean, it's a natural cycle. And so once you establish your vision and you kind of decide where you want to go as a family, as an individual, and what's serving you, what's not serving you, right? The next thing is to be brutally honest and transparent with yourself about where you're at. I'm huge on accepting responsibility and personal responsibility for what got you here. Now, that's to come without judgment for the most part, right? So like if you're overweight, if you have addiction problems, if you're not living up to the standards that you hold for yourself on a regular basis, I mean, those are all normal things, right? The catalyst in solving those problems, though, is being brutally honest with where you're at today, right? It's like looking at the number on the scale. It's being honest with yourself that you drink too much or you smoke too much or you've got these particular like vices, because everyone's got vices, right? But it's how you control them and mentally how you identify triggers and things like that. So after establishing your vision of where you want to go, you have to be very honest with where you're at 100%. And then you have to analyze your entire life to determine what activities, what people, what relationships, what behaviors are serving you and serving that vision. And then what behaviors, people, relationships, activities, habits are not serving you, right? It may be as simple as like you watch too much TV or you scroll social media too much. Those are very innocent things, right? But it may be tough. It may be something worse. Like, I mean, we talk to a lot of people that have other vices that are not healthy for you, and they affect their relationship, health, all of it, right? And so the idea is just personal acceptance of where you're at. Because if you set the stage and put a stake in the ground, this is where I am today, that's your starting line. And you can grow from there, and you can take one step forward, and you can make progress, and you can win the day 1 degree at a time, 1 step at a time. If you don't do that, and you kind of continue to tell yourself lies, or you're unwilling to accept responsibility for what is hamstringing you and holding you back in life, you're going to stay exactly where you are. So step 2, after establishing vision, is analyzing your current situation. Where are you in all those aspects of life? So the vision that you've established requires you to be a certain type of person. So if you go back there and you dive deep into who that person is, whether it's got a certain amount of money, or whether they live in a certain place, whether they have a certain kind of job, run a certain kind of business, have a certain kind of family, you need to dig deep and analyze who exactly that is. Who does it take for me to become to have those sort of things in my life, to allow the universe to bring those things into my life? What type of habits, what type of behaviors? How does a person with X, Y, and Z that you aspire to be, have, and do, how does that person behave? How do they show up on a regular basis? How do they dress? How do they appear? Do they take care of themselves? Are they fat and sloppy, or are they fit and capable? Do they dress a certain way? Do they present themselves a certain way on a regular basis? Ask yourself those questions, and then kind of take it even another layer further. And how does that person behave? They likely get up in the morning and do X, Y, and Z. They likely spend their time during the day doing X, Y, and Z. And then analyze your behaviors. Are you behaving that way? Because I can tell you with absolute certainty that in order to accomplish your vision, you must become that person now, or emulate that person as close to possible now. So it doesn't mean that you're going to have 100% adherence, right? So if you've got a drinking problem, or if you've got a Netflix problem and you watch an inordinate amount of TV or waste time doing something, you're not going to be 100% coming out of the gate. But that's why we say analyze your days, set your targets for something reasonable, and then try to win each and every day. And eventually, if you pay attention and you track it and you actually want what you say you want, you'll start winning more days than you're losing. And what those will start doing is building confidence in yourself to allow you to take the next step. It's going to open doors for you. You're going to start becoming healthier. You're going to start becoming wealthier. You're going to start becoming more fulfilled in your relationships because of these minor actions that you're taking on a daily basis. You're going to show up differently. What people actually completely underestimate, because they think they're very honest to other people in what they say they're going to do and their actions towards other people, because most people are good-hearted people, right? What we fail to recognize is how many times we actually lie to ourselves and compromise ourselves. So if I say I'm going to get fit, or I'm going to get in shape, right? And I'm going to clean up my diet, then by 8:00 at night, I'm like, well, I'd have a little ice cream. And I usually eat a gallon of ice cream. And so maybe I'll just have a bowl, or maybe I'm not going to drink a beer or have any alcohol, right? Well, if I just have one beer, it'll be okay, right? So you start making those compromises, you make deals with yourself. And what it does is it erodes your subconscious confidence in yourself to follow through and be a disciplined human being. Because we're learning, we're malleable animals, organisms all the time. So our brain is learning our tendencies, and it's a slippery slope of compounding behaviors as well. So that's why you see people that want to lose weight on their fitness journey all the time are like, well, I'll start Monday. Well, fuck that. Like, start today. If you have the momentum and you have the energy and you have the desire, just do it today. Try to win today and then try to win tomorrow. And then start stacking those wins. Don't go on a 3-day bender and then be like, well, I'll fix it after this bender. Because like, that doesn't work. So phase 1, vision. Phase 2, analyze everything in your life that's serving you positively or negatively, and be fucking very honest with yourself at where you're at, because you're 100% responsible for the results you're receiving. Everything in your life today is a result of how you're showing up on a regular basis and the fucking promises you're keeping to yourself. Have a great week. Hit me up if you need anything. Send me a message, Real Jeff Smith on Instagram. So just DM me. I'm happy to help you guys. If you do your vision exercises, send them my way. I'd love to read them. If you need help with your habits or anything else, discipline wise, want to have some conversations, just shoot me a message. I'm happy to help. I also run a mastermind you guys can hop into if you're interested in being surrounded by a group of like-minded individuals, kicking ass and taking names. So shoot me a message. Have a great week. Win the week. Win the day first.
Thank you for listening to the show. Make sure you subscribe, leave a review, and share with a friend. We'll see you on the next episode of the Tactical Empire.